Ironwood Games. This is Andrew. Welcome back to our sealed cons of Tarkir. We have, well, we're at 1-1. We have a Mardu, white, black, red deck here. We're splashing green only for Siege Rhino. On that, we'll jump into game 3 here. Let's see if we can't get a couple more wins here. Hopefully you watched our deck building video, to see how we kind of settled on this. And if you watched our last video, you saw our loss was against a really bomb-heavy deck. Felt like they had a lot of really good things. Our win, the deck did what it wanted to do. Ran our opponent out of gas and was able to put enough pressure on the board to kind of outlast and look like we were going to keep drawing better than our opponent. We had more to do, and they conceded. So with this, we'll play Opulent Palace into our other two, and that gives us colors. We have the kill shot, but we can't play any of these. Our opponent did keep and goes first. We are on the draw. It's pretty much a slow hand, but from our other games, it's seems like and it's been a little bit of a slower format. I don't recall exactly. I don't know what would be better than this. Sure, getting some 2-drops would be great, but we can draw into them. So we're going to keep this and hope that our opponent doesn't have one of the blisteringly fast decks. So now that we drew Blossoming Sands, we'll probably play that next. Ooh, we could play Scoured Barrens because we don't need the green, and this gives us white and black. And now next turn we have options. We can kill shot and play an untapped land if we're worried about what our opponent puts down. I'm not, so we're going to play the other tapped land. We've got a really strong Abzan look here. Yeah, okay. So they're going to get in for 2. This is much better. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. I would like to kill the Falconer with a Bring Low. So I'm going to play my Mountain. I'm going to do that main phase here because I don't want them to be able to draw Feat of Resistance or something that can pump on their turn and protect. So I don't mind main phasing that. Okay, here we can... Prowess is interesting, but we can't block any of these in the air. I think we might as well play Rotting Mastodon. I guess we could delve a Sultai Scavenger to stop the air, but I think putting something on the ground to take a little bit in the air, that's fine. Having Siege Rhino seems pretty good. I would have liked to have drawn a land there so we don't have to rely on a delve, but I think just getting Sultai Scavenger in the air to hold these back is fine at this point. We can't cast the other one without a land. That's fine. It gets tapped down and isn't going to untap. That's fine. We're taking a huge beating in the air. We can... this, but we really need to be able to kill those things. We don't have enough to do multiple things. So we could put the Siege Rhino down for the life swing, but we could take, so to put to 11, we could take a potentially 6 and go to 5, or even 8 and go to 3, and I think that's just worse than holding up or actually just throttling one of these things. Again, I'm going to do it main phase here to keep our opponent from having the opportunity to protect it, giving it, something, some kind of plus, and getting piece there. Now we can Sultai Scavenger again. We can Siege Rhino for the life. I think forcing them to deal with another flyer, since we have that ability, is better. We're still not going to attack. We need to, again, we got to protect our life. This is very similar to the last one. Here, it's very likely they've got a way to pump it. And that's fine. We've got to clear out. That's going to kill it. We've got to clear out that combat trick. Play the land. We are dead to this in 2 turns, if not more. I can pay 6 to untap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is what I have. And we can hold up kill shot. So I think we pay the 6. Destroy 2 + 1 + 2 target creatures you control. That's really good. So I'm assuming they just put them all here. Okay, this is getting spicy. They spent all of their mana, which means kill shot is good. Definitely goes through. And now we can put creatures on the board, like a Siege Rhino that will give us the swing. Don't want to block with this guy. I want to put him down. We can, I think we hold our hand and we just protect our life total. I'd like our opponent to run out of some more cards, even if that's just putting bad creatures down. It looks like they're delving. Treasure Cruise is fine. I mean, it sucks because it gives them more access to things. And it's going to be harder for them to run out of cards. Here's where we are going to play the land. Paying 6 to swing in the air for 3 all the time is fine, but we've got to get them out of cards before we start doing that. I think play Bloodfire Expert. And I think we play this as a face down, so it doesn't hurt us. And then if this had lifelink or something, I would be very inclined to attack with it. But given that our opponent has so many cards, likely has their own kill shot or 2, I can't start trading for tricks. I need to get in a position where, like, Absent Guide is so good, where our win becomes inevitable. And we are so far from that. But we are at the point where, what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we need 6. We need 9 altogether to do both. And I'd rather next no attacks. The Siege Rhino holds back the Absent Guy. Our opponent has plenty of creatures, so this is similar to what we had in our our previous match. We're gonna spend the money to untap him because we don't mind at this point. Absent Falconer is so good. Can we outlast? No, we can't because it's a tap ability, so we do need to get it down. Because then we can start getting 5 in the air. Next. If I don't mind this, because again, if they fire off a kill shot or kill this, it frees up that mana that we're spending right now. Otherwise, we've got a threat that can eventually put enough pressure to kill them. We've shored up our life total a little bit. Are they just playing 5 colors? They might just be playing 5 colors. The red might just be there because they may not have any red. My turn. Valley Dasher, very bad in this situation because it attacks. You need to clear the board to be able to do that. We're gonna Outlast because this gives it flying and makes it a 3/4. We're probably not gonna Outlast beyond that because we're just gonna keep putting pressure in the air this way, because now we have 6, which is 3 turns to lethal if our opponent can't find a way to deal with both of our flyers, or I guess either one. Yeah, that's fine. There's nothing we can do about that. We're gonna kill the thing that outlasts. That's alright, we're back to 6 turns to lethal, but we have lethal options. Our opponent is at a point. Do we have any warriors? Is this thing a warrior? It is. So it's definitely worth playing this out. This is now makes this 4 turns. If we get to a turn where we have nothing else to do, we'll play the Bloodfire Expert out. Because there is a chance we get to a case where our opponent's low enough with the Valley Dasher. We can sneak in a forced win. The question is if they have removal for this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. We need to keep this up to keep untapping this on it. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lands. They're just playing. Okay, they are playing some red. Featured non-land card from the graveyard, so they're probably going to return like Bring Low or Treasure. I mean, any of them would be fine. I would think Bring Low gets rid of the Sultai Scavenger and is the best option. But I could see trying to be aggressive. The question is, do they have the mana to spend it now? They don't. Okay, so how aggressive can we be? They have 1, 2, 5 blockers. I don't have enough to sneak this through. Oh, kill shot is pretty good. We'll hold that up because they'll likely, unfortunately, don't have a way to save this. And we could force them to double. We don't get any good things, and then it does let potentially their lifelink through, which is the way that we lose. We have to just protect our life. Yeah, almost definitely they bring low the Sultai Scavenger, which sucks. But it's bought us a lot, and it's gotten us a lot closer to keep that from blocking, being able to deal with them. Oof, oof. Okay, so that's a kill shot target for sure. So now that they have more than us, Mardu Charm also. So we need 3, 6 for that, and we have 9. I think we play Bloodfire Expert. Because now we can kill shot and Mardu Charm. And look to sneak in what attacks? A because this can keep something from blocking. So we can like block or hold down the Abzan guide so they don't get the lifelink. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're hoping they attack with the flyer. If they have some way to protect it, they have some way to protect it. There's nothing we can do. I'm gonna wait on that. We have 2 fetch lands, which I understand why they're playing 5. They got a lot of good things. Okay, goblins to hold down and block without a lot of trample is pretty good. Leaping Master is decent. This will let them pay to kill us. So we can shot this. Unfortunately, we did not get anything good out of that. We'll hold the Mardu Charm. They're down to 1 card. We are in a spot where we could. We have no attacks. Cards that let us return things, so we could get both of our scavengers back. Yeah, the Leaping Master is going to get flying. It's going to try and kill us. I'm going to take the hit because I don't want to blow my Mardu Charm yet. And we always have that option. I want to get more options, like draw some more kill. There we go. Like Smite the Monstrous. Can deal with this Absent Guide. And now I don't mind using Mardu Charm on that. The question is, my opponent has 2 cards. What are they? They only have 10 cards left in their deck. We could potentially deck them. Because they're going to get to a position of desperation. So I think we play the Mountain out so we can do the most things. The Valley Dasher having to attack doesn't, again, help us. Yeah, that's fine. Leaping Master is fine. We're going to attempt to Mardu Charm it. Give us some prowess. My turn. Utter End is really good, so we could turn this up. I just think blocking is way better. We're ahead in, like, yeah, I just think we stay where we're at. We stay the course. If they can start getting removal and removing our stuff, that is bad, sure. But the fact that we can start... Ooh, okay, that's gonna draw them cards. Yeah, it's a May, sure. Resolve. Here's where, if we want, and I think we do want, we fire off killing this guy now before they draw the cards. It uses our mana. It keeps them from having... Okay, cool. Being passed to attackers. Yeah, they're going to have a desperation attack here. Which we know what we have. So now we just figure out what's what. We eat the 4/5. We eat a 3/2. We're happy. Take out a 5/5. We need to 2, 4, 6. think we keep one of these alive. Trade this one. That's 5, 7. And we're happy to eat that one. We take 3, 4, 5. I think that's right. Okay, resolve. And then we exile glaciers. Pass to damage. I think that leaves us in a better board state than our opponent. Smite the Monstrous is really good. Yeah, and our opponent doesn't think they can get there. So I think we played that really well. It was a little bit tricky. It did work out, but kind of holding back despite maybe getting some good shots in. We were at the point where they were running low on cards, they're running low on life, they don't have good attacks, and being in a spot where when they get to that desperation attack, because the way they're calculating it, I think, is that they need to trade off as much of the board. And I think based on their attacks and what they had, they were pretty much at a spot where without the tricks and without what I had, the trades would have been, they had 3 or 4 creatures to my 1 or 2. I probably could have kept these 2 and stayed alive, but also been down to like 3 or 4 life, where then they can kill me in a future turn. But that's why we were kind of holding everything back and waiting for those opportune moments and picking things off when it made sense. I think it was really key before they drew those cards to kill the lifelinker, just so they couldn't randomly draw, because they still had white up on it. We went through a lot of things. They had a lot of good stuff. But yeah, I think that it worked out. I think we did it well. I'd be curious if you saw any spots or any lines that we should have done a little bit differently to give us a better chance. Like, please, like, let us know. Leave it in the comments, because I'm curious about those. I think it was required a little bit of thinking that I didn't want to do, and so I didn't go into those as much. Partly because my head still hurts, but partly because I felt pretty confident if we just stayed the course. The pressure was on our opponent to find a way to win, and if they didn't, we win kind of by default on that. I don't know if they attacked more strategically on that turn. It could have worked out better for them, and they could have forced us into some bad trades, but I don't know. It's tricky to say at that situation. I think they should have started to figure that out sooner. And there's definitely ways that it could have, I think, gone south. But we got the win. We played it well to give us that opportunity to win on that. And that's our second game, where the deck did what it wanted to do and just kind of outlast, build up enough board to get there. Okay, this is fine, because in theory we can turn 2 or 3 Falcon, 4 outlast it, turn 5 attack with it as flying, and then wingmate rock. Assuming we draw, of course, the lands. We have the white for all of that, and then we have some disruption. So this seems fine. Again, who knows? It could go anywhere. We definitely need the white. I think I'll play Scoured Barrens, because I don't even need to play this right now. It gives me access to the green, 1 more black, and I don't have enough black. Okay, now since we're not going to do anything else, we will play the tap land, get it untapped. It still looks like next turn is Falconer. Red makes it interesting. Our opponent could have removal. We don't have the red to do anything else. If we had red, I was considering the Bloodfire Expert, but we don't have the red, so we have to play the Falconer. If it survives 2 turns, the red makes it tricky. don't care about it dying to like kill shot because it already gets the attack trigger even if it doesn't deal the damage. But they could just blow it up right here. And that's bad for us. But we kind of knew that was a possibility. So here we're going to play Bloodfire Expert. Again, for the reason of if we're able to, getting this Wingmate Rock on the raid trigger is really, really good. And it looks like we might actually get that. So let's go next. This is not a monk, or not a warrior, so that would be a much worse play. Our opponent here has to decide if it's worth like a trick or what they've got, and I'm not interested in throttling a token to save my Bloodfire Expert. It's done what I need it to do. I don't know what this delay is for, because it should be... giving me priority, and it's not. Oh, they're deciding whether or not to set that. Okay. They didn't think it was worth the risk of a trick to save it. Which is even better for me, because I would have gladly taken that, and now I've got my 2 3/4s in the air, which is going to put pressure on them. They've already used one of their burn, which wouldn't have killed these guys, but it does. It can kill multiple things, so that Arc Lightning is actually a pretty good card for second main or something, because I could, block a couple warriors and they can take out the bird. We've got some removal. We've got Chief of the Edge. I don't know that we play it because we might hold up removal. It will depend on what we draw. Because we could play Plains, Chief of the Edge, and have Smite the Monstrous up, which is generally just as good as Throttle. Like, it doesn't kill like a 3/4. And then Feet of Resistance. Nothing's a warrior, so that doesn't help. Let's... 2 attackers. Gain the life, see what they've got as far as maybe removal. Feet of Resistance is very important to keep up. I think Chief of the Edge is fine to play. I don't know that we Smite the Monstrous, because we need to have this Feet of Resistance to protect the... oh, that's perfectly fine, yeah. If they're going to go wide on warriors... So, Trumpet Blast, I don't know if that's the actual one in here, but whatever the Trumpet Blast effect is probably what they're going to try and do, or what they have. We're happy because they're dead in 2 turns to our flyers. I think they need to start attacking. I don't know what they have. I think attack was 6, forced me to trade here, and eat 1. They still get in 4, go to 19. I don't know if it's great to start attacking, but I do think it's worthwhile. I am gonna, give them this opportunity because I could Feet of Resistance to save the Chief of the Edge, which then saves the Bloodfire Expert. I could still Smite the Monstrous, depending on how they tap their mana and what they have. Let's see what they've got. The question is, do they have like +2/+0 to attacking creatures? Okay. Counter on this give it protection from black, I'm assuming. Yeah. That's fine. You can have that. He wasn't doing anything. You're still dead to my flyers in 2 turns. You get to add some mana. Can you do anything with that mana? So I don't have anything that Smite the Monstrous takes care of. Utter End is pretty nice. Next. This puts you lethal next turn. I have Throttle, I have Utter End, I have Feat of Resistance, I have Smite. I can't do all of them, but I can Feat and Utter End or Feat and Smite. I don't know that they have enough creatures, mana, and that they need +2/+0 on attacking to 5. And 4 is 9. Warrior creatures you control gain lifelink. Okay, that's really good because that gives life back in. This is not a warrior. Interesting. So, pass to attackers. I don't think we worry about the 5/4 right now. I think we get rid of this one. And we take 12. 5 is 17. They gain 12 life, which is really good. Don't have the second red. At this point, can we afford to attack? Because if they have another... We really can't. Okay, so... The lifelink was really good. Let's hold back some blockers. We can get a second red. I really don't mind drawing a land at this point. I think we have better cards than our opponent. Yeah, I think... We pass the blockers. We're gonna kill this guy, almost assuredly. If we do it like this, because that eats him right now, they have to use that to save him. They get in 3. I don't know. Yeah, because we can't... Our 2 blockers. Yeah, attacking creatures get +2/+0. Yeah, unfortunately, that's gonna be 6 altogether, even if we take out one of these guys. And it's really bad, but I don't think... I think we'll get to that aggressiveness. I don't think we played that wrong. I think keeping the pressure on and having them have those pieces was right. Earlier on some of those trades, maybe trading the Ifrit off the 3/1 for it wasn't as great. Alright, so we're at 2-2 now. That one was... they had a good deck for what they were trying to do, get the warriors out. That lifelink trigger was really good for them on it. So, we'll join us for the next one, and we'll see if we can get at least one more win, get to a 50%, if not a couple more, before we get that last loss. Alright, thanks for joining. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave us comments on any misplays or suggestions you have, and we'll see you next time. Bye.